Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling, and we have finally done it. We've come a long way from the likes of other vehicles, but we've come across the competitor to the Peel P50, the 1957 BMW Isetta 300 Export. But unlike the Peel P50, this does have more than one wheel at the rear. So they're very small and they're very close together, but it does at least have more than one rear wheel, which means that it's not got all of its power going through one single tiny wheel. So that is a bonus, and it's a little bit heavier than a Peel P50 as well, at 1,081 pounds. So hopefully that will keep all 668 horsepower in check, but it's very much doubtful. So let's get onto this track. Let's first see how awful our handling is, because stat wise this isn't particularly great. Handling of 2.7 and braking of 2.2. Now the braking isn't particularly bad given how little this weighs, so momentum wise it's not going to have much to slow down, but that handling is pretty awful, and with its short wheelbase and lightweight construction, it's going to probably be easy to spin out as well with all of the rain that we're going to have going on as well. So joining that 668 horsepower, we obviously have 682 pounds-feet of torque from its 2 litre turbocharged inline-4 engine. God knows how we fit it in this car, but we have. So not expecting great things from this, quite frankly. If it's quicker than the Peel P50, I'll take that as a win, because that was not a particularly quick car. In fact, I think that's the only one that's been over the 2-minute mark on this series so far. So let's see if this can do any better. Well, it likes sliding around a lot. But it is somewhat manageable, I guess. Slide. So basically, if you want a really slow but easy to handle drift car, then this should be right up your alley. Because even though it's not quick, it's easy enough to handle in a ludicrous kind of way, quite frankly. Whoa, it doesn't really like accelerating fast either. The front feels like it's pulling upwards due to the immense amount of torque that we've got going on, and you can pull that with a really rather soft suspension, and it doesn't like accelerating whatsoever. I'll just about get up to 96 miles an hour there, which is not particularly great. That is more than double at least than the standard car can manage, so thereabouts. We get to 53, 54, maybe 55, something like that, so we're near enough double that. And we have nearly got to 110 there. This takes quite a bit of concentration to keep in a vaguely straight line. Whoa. It just wants to snap no matter what you're doing. Well, we briefly hit 110 there, so we've managed to double the speed that this car can technically do. Although it'd be a hell of a long time getting there in the first place. And our first lap time though is considerably better than the Peel P50 with 1 minute 46.974, so we're not going to be the slowest car in this series, but I doubt we're going to get much higher than this. Whoa, nearly spun out then. At least we've not spun out yet like we did with the Peel P50. But if you could keep this under control, you could get them to 0 to 60 in 5.75 seconds, which is pretty decent, no doubt about that. And if you keep it in the straight line even longer, you get it up to 100 miles an hour, you get there in about 10.883 seconds. Oh dear. Taking out a bit of road debris there, obviously because we don't weigh anything, we've not able to punch through the tyre wall. Well, this lap time has gone to hell, hasn't it? So and if you could really keep it in a straight line, you can get up to 155. So oddly slow, but I very much doubt you're going to be consistent in keeping it in a straight line enough to get anything out of this. Approaching anywhere near those numbers, quite frankly. Oh, also the other change that I've made to this car outside of the engine is the gearbox. I had to give it a 7-speed because its normal gearbox wouldn't make it move anywhere at all. Apparently it gave it an estimated top speed of 6 miles an hour. And then I tried to put a sport transmission into it, and that was a bit better, but it wasn't even getting up to 100 miles an hour with that, so gave it this 7-speed. It's not really made much difference outside of providing it a little bit more speed above 100. Yeah, our first lap time was still comfortably our fastest, so let's try and get a faster lap time this time around. Whoa. Tricks you as well sometimes, this. It makes you think it's going to stay in a straight line, and then, yeah, it doesn't. As soon as you think it's going to stay in a straight line, it's all of a sudden thinking, alright, now we won't. So you really have to be on your guard with this. Oh, we've spun out our first spin out at the final lap. And slide. Now we got it up to 113, but at what cost? We're going to get a faster lap time though. Wait, yes, by about 4 seconds by the looks of it. Was it? Yes, it was just under. No, that's the overall time. I do apologise. So let's have a look at the overall time for the lap. Yep, just over 4 seconds quicker than our first lap. So, yeah, comfortably quicker than the Peel P50, which managed a time of. Where are we? Where have you gone, Peel? Which managed a time of 2 minutes 8.128. So comfortably quicker than that. And surprisingly, we're only just over 0.4 of a second slower than the Ford Super Deluxe station wagon, which, yeah, it was a far easier car to, in terms of feel to drive, but apparently was nowhere near as, as quick as it should have been. Quite frankly, given it had 4 proper wheels and a proper layout, and yeah. So yeah, that's fairly impressive, but it's still far and away slower than the Hennessy Velociraptor 6x6 that we had in the previous episode, which was, yeah, about 27 seconds near enough quicker. So yeah, remarkably quicker than this, but still, given all of the things going against it, bad brakes, skinny tyres, short wheelbase, lack of weight, comfortably 600 or so 660 horsepower thereabouts, more than what it had originally. That is still a really, really impressive time, and yeah, despite looking as wayward as it was, it's on the whole far more controllable than you would expect it to be. You just have to really be on your guard when you are sliding it around, because as we saw there, it's easy enough to spin out or crash into some road furniture, which will really slow you down because it doesn't weigh enough to really push through anything like a tyre wall. So yeah, but overall fairly decent, and at least not the slowest. So yeah, that's every silver lining and all that. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.